panibago ang aking pagmumukha at hi senpai mga Tomodachi at game gallery tayo na the letter. Pasensya na ako naputol ang ating part 5, so pasensya na mga kaibigan dahil nga nagkaroon ng technical difficulty, hindi na post ko lang and nagkamali ang aking record sheet, so ayan ang ating mga mangyari. So yun nga, hinatid tayo ni Ash para manood ng theater kasama si Zack, so yun nga. And yeah, ito nga ang pinakaliting class part, pasensya na. So nakapanibago ang ating mga bago ang setting. Ayun natin mo. Look at those painting. Damn son. Good shit. So yan. Okay, let's go. Spend the ride back to Luxburn City in a relatively quiet manner with only the radio's disjointed hum in the background to build the silence. Occasionally, Ash will reach out to fiddle with it until the signal settles or it's on a respectable volume, but otherwise he doesn't say anything. Neither do I. However, if the furtive glances he's been sending me my way are signs, I know there are things he's been itching to ask since we left the mansion. Excuse me. I kept my eyes trained on the passing scenery outside in the small hope that my disinterest will dissuade him.
Here.
All of a sudden, he tosses something at me from a small compartment on his side. Ow! Shit, it hits me cleanly on the chin before I can make a move to catch it. The small package make a soft landing on my lap instead.
Sorry.
The glare I sent him wipes the smirk over the form cleanly off his face. He clears his throat, focusing his eyes on the road again. I swear he did that on purpose. Ignoring him, I flipped the half-forgotten package on my lap.
I won't say no to free food, but why are you giving away cereal bars?
I always have one on my person, and you look like you're about to pass out back there. Have you eaten lunch yet?
Classic anime cliche right there. I don't even get a chance to deny it because right on cue, my stomach rumbles slowly and empty, knowing feeling a full belly becomes noticeable. No surprise there, I did skip breakfast and lunch so I could catch Becca while she was on break. I was hoping to get a small meal after. I guess with everything going on, I just forgot until Ash mentioned it. It's not like the hollow feeling's new to me though. If anything, it's just one of the things I've gotten used to ignoring over the years growing up. But sayings, then I tear open the package and start nibbling on the edge of the bar. Apart from an acknowledging nod, Ash doesn't say anything about that small exchange. For that, I'm thankful. After getting an earful from both Becca and Rose, it's nice to be able to just sit down with someone who's not going to nag at you.
How'd the open house go?
The usual. We got a bigger crowd than normal because of the property's fame, but really, no different from the typical open house. On second thought, it actually looks like a fancy party more than an open house. I've never felt so underdressed in my life. Weren't you there?
I wasn't really listening.
I should have asked someone to kick you out.
No, you won't.
And what makes you so sure?
One, ever since you got assigned to this property, you've been freaking out about it. Rebecca's words, not mine. She's been complaining to me about how you talked your ears off, by the way. Two, despite your initial qualms about the place, you still took the job. Which brings us to three. It's been months since you last settled a deal, and you're short on money right now since you're back to your instant noodle diet.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
How do you even know about the last one?
Rebecca. Anyhow, you're hellbent on selling the mansion. Even if someone you know personally is in the tour group, you aren't going to just kick them out. Every single person who went on your open house is still a prospective client to you. Even me.
He's not entirely wrong. Oh man, I walked right into that one, didn't I?
I hate you. I really hate you right now.
His answer is a small laugh, the kind that screams, I'm right, I told you so. I hate it when he does that.
I'll have you know that there's already someone who's extremely interested in this property. So even if you expressed any sort of interest in it, I don't think they'd be willing to let you have it. Too bad.
Provided I didn't botch it with the rights. Why, of all times did I have to screw up like that? In front of an important customer, no less. I owe Rose a big apology. I hope she likes free donuts.
You don't seem too happy about it.
I am happy. Doesn't this look like a happy face to you?
Really? And here I was thinking you found another one stuffed in the sofa. Or is it the wardrobe this time?
He meant it as a joke, but how close it is to the truth that made my blood run cold and my own heart beat a heavy weight to my chest. All at once, a letter in my bag feels a whole lot heavier, burdened by my own guilt and apprehension.
Yeah, well, things happened. Stuff the right couple might not be pleased about. No need to make a fuss about it. It's normal in the business.
You made them angry?
Not angry, just stuff happened.
Like?
Things.
Did they do anything? Your clients, the Wrights, was it?
I can answer that. At least not without revealing everything that took place in the attic. Well, I'll just change the subject.
You keep asking me about my work, yet you haven't said a single word about yours. That's not fair. Both you and Zach have literally disappeared off the face of the earth.
And no exaggeration, but changing the subject to something else is still better than outright lying to him. Besides, excuse me, ito na naman ulit tayo, inubo na naman ako. Mamamatay na ako sa ubo, just me. Besides, it never works with him. I'm not sure if it's because I'm just bad at it or because he's just really very good at his job. He doesn't answer immediately, only momentarily shifting a glance over me and returning it back to the road when he has to make a sharp turn. Outside, the sun has already started its descent, casting a vibrant orange glow into the tall buildings. I wonder how long before we reach the venue for Zach's film. Checking the street signs outside, it appears Ash has taken the longer road. Odd, but he's probably trying to avoid the rush hour traffic.
Didn't we just talk a week ago over chat?
That's different. Linking your awful memes in the group chat box every morning isn't exactly a conversation.
Legit memes.
Excuse me, I don't hear you calling them awful while you're laughing at all of them.
Shut up! And you aren't answering my question.
Memer pala to siya, shit poster pala to. Visit ito eh. That earns him a soft punch to his arm. I did laugh at them, but I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of knowing that I find most of them funny. It'll only make his head bigger. Stupid Ash.
Alright, lay off on the abuse. Remember that case I mentioned before? We've been trying to pin the bastard down, but it required more work than we anticipated. The guy's slippery like that. We got some good lead months ago.
Here recounts what he's been doing in the time we haven't seen each other. His usual work, the occasional small investigation, and the big case he's been stuck working on. Stuff he could mention in the brief time we catch each other online. So para siya detective meta sa Ash, I think. Although most of it is a trimmed down version, only things he can tell, he has always been careful about that. Even in the way he spends his answers to my questions, just enough to satisfy my curiosity, but not enough to paint the whole picture. At one point, his voice takes on a strained tone when he mentions something about the big case, but I don't well and punch. That's normal, right? I mean, who wouldn't be frustrated if you couldn't bring someone to justice because they kept slipping out of your fingers? Yeah, right. Diba, Detective Conan Pills ba yan? Detective Conan Pills again. If I were in his shoes, I definitely lose my mind. His stories never cease to be entertaining, regardless. If things weren't the way they were back home, maybe I would have considered taking on the same job as him. Well, no, not really. Mama would never allow that. But the idea is still there. Along with countless others I have let go. Time passes quickly between us in this manner, and before I know it, we're already at the movie house. Oh, nice sound there. Ganda ng BGM. Pocket Chibi coming so soon. Studio Ghibli, perhaps? Bootleg Studio Ghibli? Ano, Batcat soon? Batcat yata nakalagay. Batcat soon. Point of no return, October 23rd, 2:40 PM. Point of no return. Ito yung visual wanted na nakalagay yung mukha. Okay, some good background over here. Yung mga gusto ko yung, that's what I like about visual novels. The drawing is a background. And yeah, the characters. A small crowd has already formed in front of the theater when we arrive. The Lip Test Fest. Lip Test. Oh my god, ano yung PE? Ano yung PE? Short for Luxburg Independent Film and Theater Festival, attracts a bigger crowd annually, and this year is no different. I've only been to a few indie film screenings with Zach, so I'm not an expert on the matter. but I know that for people hoping to make a big break in the industry, getting your film recognized by a local event like this is already a big deal. Especially for a newcomer like Zack. He hasn't even won an award, but just getting a confirmation letter that the festival committee wants to include this movie in this year's lineup already put a grin on his face for weeks. Speaking of the guy, he's impossible to miss. At 6 feet, oh my god, pwede na siya maging basketball player dito sa Pinas. He appears to loom over most of the moviegoers. And with his large build and heavy voice, there's no surprise when people give him a wide berth as they pass by. It's often easy to mistake him for someone intimidating at first glance. I did, back when I didn't know any better. Ash did too, I heard, once, early in their friendship.
Oh, there's Zack!
Hey, you guys! Long time no see!
Ishashiburi desu. Zack's face lights up with a smile of his own. He moves towards us with careful steps, taking a significant effort to make himself smaller so as to not bump or accidentally hit anyone. Typical Zack. Let's be smaller kahit na malaki. Cheese scientist yun eh. As he nears, Ash casually raises his hand in greeting and...
Sup, Z-Man, my main man. What's crack-a-lackin', my homie?
The awkwardness that descends within the immediate vicinity of our small group is palpable enough. Someone to our left, a girl giggles, and only then do I became aware of my mouth hanging open. I almost amaze how Ash can say that out loud with a straight face. Almost. Yeah, wait lang. Yan, maayos sa ating puan. Considering his track record, I should be used to it by now. Zack seems to be.
Yo, stop trying to act black, Ashton. And you're the only one who calls me Z-Man.
There's fondness underneath his exasperated tone. If this were any other person, he'd likely be offended, but years of friendship and familiarity have made this... ito naman, makamatay talaga. Oh my god. Have made those words harmless to the other's ears. Ito na, blur pa. Oh my god. Or at least enough for both to take it in stride.
It's been a while, Zack.
I hope you didn't get into trouble again.
Not much to get into trouble lately without you, I'm afraid. I'll let you know if something comes up, though.
Nah, I ended up with Chicken Down stuck on me last time I agreed. I'd really love at least this year to pass without some sort of accident happening again.
Hey, I take offense to that. It wasn't that bad.
You really have no idea.
A beat passes, and then Zack laughs.
Hey, I'm kidding! You know you can always count on me.
In the story, only the two of them are privy to. Every now and then, Ash will enlist Zack's help on something. Becca and I never really found out what's the real deal is with those adventures, as Ash calls it, and both aren't willing to tell due to some unspoken agreement. She insists that if it's Ash, it's likely not something illegal or life-threatening. I tend to believe her on that. Sometimes. Well, boys will be boys, I guess. I give Zack a small wave from behind Ash when his attention eventually turns to me.
Bella! Huh? Rebecca's not with you. Is she still sick?
A bit. But she's up and went to work this morning. You know she doesn't listen to anyone that's not Ash.
Yes, she does.
No, she doesn't. You're literally the only person she'll listen to when she's feeling stubborn.
And it's true. They've known each other for longer than any of us in the group. Childhood friends and all.
But don't worry, Zack. She's probably on her way here now. She promised she wouldn't miss your movie. Isabella! Oh, thank goodness!
Okay, that's Becca. Speak of the devil indeed. Without warning, a hand grabs me by the shoulder and turns me around, like Becca's voice spoiled like a British person.
Becca! You're just in time!
I have to lean back a little with the way her face is almost invading my personal space, but she places her hand on either side of my head to keep me still. She stares at me intently, concern filling her eyes.
Becca, you're squishing my face.
Oh my god, that's cute indeed.
How are you? Are you alright? Why wouldn't I be? Rose called me earlier.
Those poor words tell me all I need to know. Since I don't have my family living close by and the other relative I have here works on the far side of the country, I gave my company Becca's contact number in case of emergency. I should have known Rose would call her. I pushed Becca's hands away from my face. Although she lets go, her eyebrows remain drawn together.
Oh, no, everything's good. Rose covered for me at work today. That's not what I'm talking about. How's your head?
Beside me, Ash snickers. Oh shit. I bite back the urge to elbow him in place of trying to avoid Becca's hand as she tries to reach out for the sand area. I do my best to judge her, all at once moving to hide behind Zack. I'm sorry for using you as a human shield, Zack.
Oh, it's nothing. I just slipped off a few steps on my way down. I blacked out for a few seconds and had a minor bump, but it's just that. You blacked out? It's not something to brush off. Come on, at least let me check it. It's extremely minor. You wouldn't even know it's there.
Look at your cast and check it.
Isabella, this isn't a laughing matter.
She did look pale when I saw her.
Wow, thanks a lot, Ashton, you traitor. I'll get you back for this. Just you wait.
What? I'm just saying it as it is. If you mentioned this earlier, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
I'm sorry. Saw her?
Yeah, they arrived together. Bella looked fine to me then. I don't know.
Yeah, gusto ko talaga yung OST. Something crosses Becca's face, but it's gone before I can figure out what it is.
Oh, that's good. At least she didn't have to travel alone, right? At least. Good.
See? I'm okay. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. And I don't want to miss Zach's film.
We can always watch it some other time. Sorry, Zachary.
No, it's good. But you guys should really keep it down. We're starting to attract some attention.
It's the premiere. The premiere's different. Right, Zach?
May nagalag na konti. I shoot him a pleading look. Oh my god. Number 3. Ubo ng part 3. Mamamatay na. Zach's a sensible guy. He'll understand. Please understand.
Not really. But Rebecca has a point. In the end, I think it's your call.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
Oh my god, gumagulo ang kanyang jiggle eh.
Please, Becca. I really don't want to miss it.
You're not missing it. We're just moving it on a different day so we can have a...
Look, you guys.
Ash's loud sigh unexpectedly cuts through the conversation. He's pinching the bridge of his nose as he speaks, something he usually does when he's getting impatient.
If she says she's okay, then there's nothing we can do about it. It's not like we can stop her either. Besides, she's still acting like the same old Isabella to me, if she can still run around like that.
Why are you taking her side?
I'm not.
Wait lang guys. Sila ako dito guys. Yes. Stopwatch. Yeah. Okay na.
But if she wants to watch Zach's movie with us, I'm not going to stop her. She's probably the one looking forward to it the most.
Ash, that's... You, of all people, should know...
Tell you what, if I notice something amiss with her, I'll take her to the nearest hospital myself. Is that good enough for you?
I already know the answer before Becca voices it out. When at last she releases a deep breath and nods, albeit with great reluctance, I immediately tackle her into a hug.
Thanks, Becca.
Arigato, Becca.
It's always been you with him, isn't it?
Did you say something?
Me? Nothing. Don't mind me.
If you say so.
Okay, guys, showtime's close, so I think I'm gonna get us some snacks. My treat. And then let's head inside. Anyone here has a smaller bill?
I think I do. Hold on.
I pull myself up from Becca to get my wallet from my bag, and
What's this?
it's already in Ash's hands before I can even react. Behind him, Becca and Zack are both giving the piece of paper an intrigued look.
No! Give it back!
It's just a paper.
I don't care! Give it!
Looks ancient, too. Why do you keep this around?
I try to reach for it, but he holds the paper way above his head. I've never been particularly sensitive about my own height, but right now, I really wish I had the advantage over him.
Don't open it!
What's the big deal? It's not like it's a love letter. I don't see any reason to...
Alright,
Hold on a second. This is, isn't it?
ayan na yung papel yata. Naman.
Even if it is, it's not for you.
Okay. Now I'm curious.
I'm telling you it's nothing like that. It's...
The rest of my words are lost when he unfolds the paper. Oh shit. Oh my god. Tingnan mo yung background namumula rin din. Oh my god. My heart feels stuck in my throat, pounding, threatening to burst out. Vaguely, I note how my hands are trembling at my sides. Clasping them together doesn't do any good. They are still shaking, but I hang onto them regardless. The awful, sick weight that has taken its core in my stomach back in the open house returns full force. How do I fix this? How do I fix this? How do I fix this? Someone, please? Today's turning out to be a horrible nightmare.
Send this to 5 people or else. Well, that's interesting.
Guys, I think we should listen to Bella first.
Aren't you a few days early for Halloween?
Ash waves the paper in front of me, giving me a fleeting glimpse of its contents. I don't need to see, I don't want to see. The letters, the words, every stroke written in blood is already embedded in my mind. Oh my mind, guys. Sorry, throat. Oh my god. I'm leaking like a sprinkler right now. Maybe I should have just thrown it away when I had a chance. That way.
It's not a prank.
Oh my god. Bella's serious right now. It makes all of them stop. Even I am surprised with how steady my voice is.
What did you say?
This isn't a prank! I saw something!
Oh my god.
Hold on. Are we still talking about this paper? Or is it about the urban legend again?
Both. I know it sounds ridiculous.
You're saying this is a primitive version of a chain letter, and now that we've seen it, we're now cursed. You've got to be kidding me.
See? This is why I didn't want to tell you guys.
Isabella, aren't you taking this a bit too far?
It's not a joke! Will you guys listen to me first? I saw something in the house earlier. It stood right in front of me. If I hadn't gotten away, that thing might have...
Right. And in broad daylight, Isabella. Even someone gullible would find the logic in that screwed up. There's also no way in hell that this supernatural shit is true.
But it's real! What do you think I saw?
A hallucination? A delusion? Didn't you say you fell down some stairs? So maybe Rebecca's right.
It happened after, when I was trying to get away. I almost got stuck in the same room with that thing. We're all in danger. I thought you were my friends. Why don't you believe me?
We are, and you know that. But this thing and that thing has got nothing to do with the other. When Rose called earlier, I thought she's just exaggerating. But based on what I'm seeing right now, maybe it's better if we really postpone this for now.
Don't bother.
Without an excuse me again. Without another word, I snatched the letter out of Ash's hand and stuffed it back in my bag with more force than necessary. I'm tired. Oh my god. I need to blur. Oh my god. But I can't. Excuse me. I got cursed, saw a ghost, probably lost a sale, got kicked out of the open house I'm supposed to be hosting. My own friends won't believe me, and all of them think I'm crazy. To stop it all up, there's a dull ache at the back of my head begging for a little attention. I can't afford to give it right now. Honestly, there's only so much a person can take within a single day. I just want to go home, curl up in my bed, and never think about today. But before I can take a single step away from the group,
Guys!
Zach rarely ever raises his voice, even when there's a point he wants to drive home. Oh yeah, hearing him take on that tone completely throws me up. Even Ash and Becca. Whatever harsh words yet to come out from the argument immediately die on their tongues.
Why don't we all calm down first? I'm sure Isabella has her reasons too. No need to be hard on her. And hey, ain't this supposed to be a happy get-together? We haven't seen each other for months. I'd really love to know what y'all have been up to. I only ever get to talk to Bella over chat. Please.
He has a point. Ash, for all his attempts to look cool and distant, has also been looking forward to this. He even took the time to call us this morning for a reminder. He never does that. Becca too. I'm pretty sure that's another reason why she got out of bed today. Yet, despite Zach's attempts to lighten things up, or Ash's and Becca's quizzing, I can read that word, gestures, the tightness in my chest remains. I should have just kept it to myself, or at least went with the idea that it's a prank. If I did, things might not have turned out the way they had. No sour mood, no bad vibes. Careless. So careless. Maybe leaving is the better decision for all of us, and I need to like to say because it's kinda laggy right now. Yeah. Wait a minute. So, yung nakikita kasi natin yung may parang branching dito eh. So right now, nasa 21% pa rin tayo. I don't know how to go. Okay. So, nandito na tayo na. Sasayaw din. Ayaw na makita. Yeah, let's say for the movie. Any other day, I'd excuse myself and go straight home. What? Well, but this is something special to Zach. Something he worked so hard to bring to life. I should know better. I might be having a bad day, but being with the few people I care about far outweighs the idea of spending the rest of the day throwing a tantrum alone in my room. And what if the thing in the attic follows me home? I don't want to be left with my thoughts either. I can still see it whenever I close my eyes. And maybe if I stay, let our heads cool down first before telling them what happened, they'll listen to me. There's nothing you can solve with a calm head. One step at a time, Isabella. That's what Mama used to tell me. Besides, I don't have the heart to ditch Zach. A smile is back on my face when I look back at him.
If we keep arguing here, we're going to miss the first few minutes.
All right, that's the Isabella I know.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you were going to cry.
Karma ka tuloy. This time, I really do send an elbow straight to his stomach. Sinuntok niya pala, kala ko naman na masabit siya or what. Stupid Ash. Being vertically challenged as its perks do and can't win the Pokemon League.
What was that for?
Stop calling me a crybaby! I'm not one.
Aw, don't cry.
Stop it!
Okay, scaredy cat then.
That too. If you repeat that, I swear I'll...
Let's just go.
Without another word, Becca goes inside. She doesn't even stop to wait for us when I call after her. Ash and I exchange looks at that. The same question likely swimming inside our minds. Did something happen at school after I left? Is she having a bad day too? I'll try asking her about it later, I guess.
So, you guys go catch up with her. I'll go get us the food I promised.
But you'll miss it.
Didn't you say watching a movie without food ain't fun? And it ain't like I haven't seen it. I made it, remember? I'll be in there soon.
One friendly tap on my shoulder and then he's gone. A few moviegoers are still milling about. Some are still waiting in line for tickets, but otherwise most of the crowd are already inside. There's nothing much for us to do here now. Not a word of protest comes from me when Ash gestures for the two of us to head inside.
And then?
Are you sure it wasn't one of the cleaning crews?
Absolutely sure.
Somehow, halfway through the movie, the conversation steered towards what happened in the mansion. To be fair, Zach was the one who brought it up again. In his own movie's premiere. Now, the film's just serving as a background noise while we're speaking in hushed tones, careful not to disturb anyone inside the small hall. Well, except for Ash. I just hope we don't end up arguing about it again. We'd all get kicked out for sure. Though with how loud Ash's voice is, will probably get thrown out way before any argument happens. Only Becca still remains engrossed in the movie, completely ignoring us. She's been quiet the whole evening, speaking only when referred to. If I didn't know any better, I'd think we did something that offended her. Did we?
And then I ran. You heard what happened after.
I still think it's something else.
It was standing right in front of me, Ash.
He's one of the smartest people I know, but jeez, he should learn to listen. Plus, didn't he say he doesn't believe in these things? Why is he in this conversation again?
I heard what you said, but it's a small room. There are a lot of things someone else could have done there without your knowledge. If I could see it up close, maybe I can...
I am not going back there.
Ain't that a problem if you're hosting an open house?
Rose does the first floor tour.
I ain't sure ghosts can be restricted to one room, Bella.
There are no ghosts, Zach. Stop putting useless ideas in her head.
Yeah, but I was thinking, maybe all the house needs is a blessing. Wasn't it left uninhabited for years?
Oh, the house did change hands over the years, from one distant relative of the Ermingans to another. None of them bothered to live in it though, and it remained the way up until its current owners decided to sell it. Why didn't I think of that?
I didn't peg you as the religious type, Zach.
Nothing like that, Ash. Who knows, though? It might bring something positive to the place.
That's not a bad idea. I just don't know where I could find someone.
You're not seriously considering his suggestion, are you?
Do you have a better idea?
I know where. I could contact him for you if you want.
You'd do that?
Or we can find you a psychologist instead.
Oh my god, papapili na naman tayo. Oh my god, I can't read. I don't... There are very few times in my life when I wish my glowers can kill. This is one of those.
Ash, that is not a very appropriate thing to say right now.
No, wait, that's not what I meant. Ethnographer. I meant ethnographer. This guy's a psychologist too, of course, if you...
Ashton, if you don't stop...
Rebecca knows the guy I'm talking about too. She can vouch for him.
Becca tears her eyes away from the screen at the mention of her name.
Huh? What? Oh, are you talking about Professor Andrew? He used to work with my parents at the university. And can you guys keep it down?
Sorry, the scaredy cat here mentioned curses. Not that I'm saying this is one. But talking to him is a better solution for me than getting a random priest to bless an old house. He'll even help you figure things out, teach you a couple things. And probably put your fears to rest, since this looks to be bothering you a lot.
Ash might be right too. However, what Zack suggested is something I'm more familiar with. Granted, they don't believe me. They're only giving me the suggestions to put my mind at ease, but it's better than being ignored or being laughed at. I can take comfort in knowing they're willing to hear me out.
So, what do you think?
It's your call. We'll go with whatever you want.
I don't know.
Oh my god, ito naman tayo. I think I need to save. And since... Wait, I need to put a new save file over there. Yeah. Oh my god, I think we need... I think mahirap eh. Sa mga... Are we going right now to the past about the priest thing or exorcism and shit? Or we going on with and meet with the professor, which is more deals within the scientific things, but the letter might have been. Personally, I'm not a religious person, but I don't know. Maybe let's go with the meet with the priest. Yeah, I think let's go meet with the priest. I think that would make things way more interesting later part in the story. When we meet with the priest and meet with the professor? I don't think so, but yeah, I think.
I'll think about it. But maybe we could go with Zack's idea?
I'm not so sure about that.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to try, right? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. At least we did something than just stand around. I'll let you know when he's available, Bella.
Thanks, Zack. I knew I could count on you.
Guys, I said keep it down. You keep insisting that we still watch it, yet you're not even paying attention yourselves.
It ain't a big deal, Rebecca. I'm the one who broached the subject in the first place.
It's still your film, Zachary. A good film, mind you. You worked hard on this. The least we could do is watch it with you.
And that's what you're all doing. I really appreciate all of you making time for this.
Sorry, Becca. We'll stop now.
I throw her an apologetic look, even if Ash is the only one she should be reprimanding, but her attention is already back on the screen. She's ignoring us again. When Becca's acting this way, there's a big chance something's nagging at her. We really need to talk. We all fall into comfortable silence after. The kind only you can share with people you're most at ease with. For the first time today, the letter lace forgot in my bag. It only for a few hours. Okay, so night is falling by the time we exit the movie house. Despite the late hour, the streets are still bustling, full of people. Those about to head home, those set to meet someone, even though simply wandering about. Walking in the sea of unfamiliar souls, it strikes me how easy it is for one to get lost in a city as nondescript as Luxburn. I always think Luxburn to Luxembourg, the country, like ako nagkakamali. I was afraid to. At one point back when I was new and had just set foot in this place. Now, with familiar faces walking with me, it feels like a little like home. Zack and Ash bid us goodbye shortly before Becca and I crossed to the other side of the street. The former claiming he's got a few freelance jobs to take care of before the day ends. And Ash? Who knows? He never tells. Sometimes he'll just randomly appear at your doorstep, looking for a place to crash. He does that to Zack a lot, much to the latter's frustration. But he's a busy guy too, in spite of the laid-back air he gives up.
Thanks for today, everyone!
No problem, Zack. I'm sorry for what happened earlier.
Oh my god. Is it again?
Huh?
sensation. Cold, sickening, drowning, my chest tightening, breathing becoming labored. I can taste blood in my mouth, the edges of my vision blurs. In the distance, amid the countless, nameless people going about their lives, a voice reaches out to me. Pleading even as I clench my eyes tight and clasp my hands over my ears. Whispering and whispering and whispering. Calling out. Oh my god.
No, not me.
Somebody. What the fuck?
Isabella? Earth to Isabella?
Oh, yan. Cool to kay Becca. At her voice, the whole world suddenly snaps into place. The murmur's gone. When I open my eyes, Becca raises an eyebrow at me in question.
Weren't you listening? Are you coming with me?
Oh, yeah. Just. Okay. Sorry, I spaced out.
You always do that.
I follow her without complaint, but not before sneaking a glance to the far end of the street. Where the voice came from, where another set of eyes might be staring at me. Nothing. There are only Zach and Ash watching over us as we head back to where Becca parked her car. If I expected to see something or someone there, I try not to let it show, try not to think of the tiny pinpricks of fear crawling at the pit of my stomach.
So you got some other time?
Yeah, see ya!
Another glance, and with a final wave, we go up our own ways. I don't know what I saw. I don't know what I heard. I don't want to know. And it is what would help me sleep tonight. What would give back that normalcy in my life, then so be it. The darkness closes around me, grasping, pulling, engulfing me. The ground caves in and without warning, I'm falling. My eyes stop. Cute. Also, ito ay I think it's her apartment. Kasi hindi natin nakikita itong part na ito kasi nakatakpan yung pangit ko pagmumukha. And yeah, there's already a lot of noodles cup. That's probably me in the future. Just me. Probably a lot of noodles. Yeah, a TV over here with a broadcast of some Filipino, I think. Is that some CNN? She's, I don't know. So, let's check about the background first para mas maganda. And, kita mo nito? There's some cute shape over here. And it looks like a Pokemon, like Wooloo in Pokemon Sword and Shield, if you play that. And here's Isabella, Zach, Ash, and Becca. And her family over here, I think. And so cute! Another plushie over here. Some clothes, some random thing that you got on your laptop, like 1 hour relaxation of music something. Oh my god, it's the best thing you ever do in the morning with a copy in your hand. Oh god damn, that's the best. And yun, ang ganda talaga ng background talaga. Not background, art style. My eyes snap open. For an instant, it doesn't immediately register where I am. Both my back and shoulders ache after I've fallen asleep all hunched up the night before. Drenched in sweat, the nest of pillows I often keep around me feels more suffocating than comforting. I let my eyes adjust to the bright morning light streaming through my window, and all allow my breathing to slow down before untangling myself from the pile. I haven't had a single dream since coming to Luxburg, or at least none I can recall having. It's a shame because they used to be so vivid. Not crazy vivid, but the more pleasant kind I'll tell my siblings about. Maybe it's just the stress of living alone. The knowledge that I'll always wake up in an empty apartment with no one to tell stories to.
What time is it?
Habit forces me to look over at the clock, even with the soreness weighing heavily on my shoulders and the compulsion to never leave my bed for the day. In a heartbeat, I'm up.
Oh man, of all the times to oversleep! Towel? Towel? Where's my towel?
Admittedly, it's a weekend, as an unspoken rule that entitles me to extra hours of sleep. But if Rose didn't kill me yesterday, she sure as hell will now. And right after what happened, oh lord, one box of donuts, a space offering would be enough the second time around. Grabbing my towel, I'm already a few short steps away from the bathroom when a muffled ring breaks from my bag. There's a moment I'm indecision at first. My mind conflicted whether I should just ignore or answer it. But what if it's Rose? Or worse, our boss? Sheesh, in the end, the rational part of my brain wins out. The letter from yesterday picks out when I pull the device out. Just the sight of it is enough to put me in a foul mood, and it takes every force of will for me to ignore it in favor of answering the call. The caller ID reads Mama.
Huh?
Mama. It's around 4:45 p.m. in the Philippines right now. Ano oras ba yan? 11:26 p.m. here.
That's an unusual time for them to call.
Oh yeah, so maybe nasa Europe siya. Yeah, Luxembourg, maybe Europe game. So maybe it's some kind of like Europe fantasy place right now since something yun. Ano ba oras dito nakalagay? 5 o'clock or maybe America? I don't know. But yeah, she is in a very far place indeed. Usually it's around noon time here and I'm the one calling, but not the other way around. Better for them not to use that money on something else than an international call. Regardless, in the most cheerful tone I can gather.
Hello?
Hello? Grace? How are you?
Mama! I'm doing okay. How are you guys over there?
We're good. EJ won a storytelling contest at school the other week. Brought home a medal. I thought you should know.
There's a tired lilt in her voice as she speaks. It's been there since Papa had to leave his job. I wish there's something I can do for her. But from miles away like this, the least I'm able to is not to make her worry. If only my older brother would actually lend her a hand, but Lord knows if that'll ever happen. Odds are Kuya Jordan's or Elder Kuya Jordan, some Kuya is more like some brotherish things in Filipino. Odds are Kuya Jordan's already out drinking right now. Again, I can't count on my older sister either, knowing she has a family of her own, and well, number 4 part 4 ng inuubo ko series, mamatay na. Ate is more of a sister thing. Other like elder sister for a ate, and Kuya is more like a elder brother. Ate Anne's financial situation isn't exactly great right now, having run herself knee-deep in debt.
Great! That's great! Tell him congratulations from me. And let him know I'm gonna send him a little something extra this Christmas. How about Nico? Karen? Michael? I hope they're okay?
They're doing well. They wanted to talk to you, but they're all busy with school.
Oh no, that's fine. I don't want to bother them. Just tell them to keep doing their best for me. I'll just call back when I know they're not busy. And Papa? How's Papa doing?
Oh my god, it's a subject I'm a bit hesitant to approach from the way Mama's voice hitches. I just don't want to bring it up either.
Papa. Grace, he's having a little difficulty right now. Weak appetite, he's having trouble swallowing, and lost a few pounds.
Oh my god.
But the doctor said we should keep encouraging him. It just means his body's accepting his new treatment well. The money you sent last time helped a lot to pay for it, by the way.
Oh, I see. That's good.
I won't deny that life has gotten tougher for our family. It used to be easy back when Papa was in good shape. But ever since he was diagnosed with the sickness 5 years ago, he had been unable to provide for us. That's the proper thing right now within the Philippines is that it's more like a family-oriented thing that whenever you got sick, your families got covered for you for things that you have done. Basta. Something that is more like a family oriented is just like helping each other thing rather than in some like Europe or maybe in the US that it's kind of like more like an individual thing. But yeah. But ever since he was diagnosed with sickness 5 years ago, he had been unable to provide for us. Now the burden of feeding eight mouths and settling Papa's bills all rest on my shoulders. That's why she indeed, like Isabella wants that Luxembourg mansion to be bought. So that they got a pretty big shoes right there. Although Mama makes a little, accepting sewing and laundry jobs in our neighborhood. Oh my god. My god. It's scarcely enough to cover the cost of the day-to-day living, let alone the bloating hospital bills. We can even accept help from our own government because the health insurance there barely covers everything. That's also a legit thing here in the Philippines. Yeah, once you got that pill health shit, no, it's not having a discount on everything. It's just like some like 1%, I think. I don't know. Yeah, government here. Nah, I don't think. I'm not going to talk about political shit.
I'm sure he'll get better soon. Is he well enough to talk? Do you think I'll be able to speak to him, Ma?
Silence. I started to think that the call got cut until...
Listen, Grace. Maybe it's better if we transfer Papa to a different hospital. Somewhere cheaper?
What? Why? Did something happen? Is it the deposit issue again? Give me the hospital's number. I'll talk to them.
No, it's nothing bad. The service here is good. Too good. Even the doctors. But I'm worried you're working yourself to the ground because of it.
Mama, we've been through this before. I want the best for Papa. And don't worry about the bills or the medicine, or me for that matter.
Oh, yeah.
I can handle myself. Everything's going well here. In fact, we're about to close a large sale.
Hopefully. If not, then I'll find another way. She doesn't need to know that. Sorry, Mama. You taught me not to lie. Yet look at what I'm doing.
I'll have money to send over soon to cover the rest of Papa's treatment. And there's more than enough for Karen, Nico, Michael, and EJ's school tuition, too.
Thank you so much, dear. I appreciate it. We all do. But I just wish you'd come home to us soon.
Come on, it hits me hard. Kailan ka uuwi? Kailan ka uuwi is when are you going back? When are you going back? Oh my god. Yeah. When are you coming home? EJ, the youngest, used to be the only person asking me that. How do you respond to a question you don't have a definite answer to? 5 years later and I still can't give them a straight one. I smile though Mama can see it. I smile though Mama can see it. I fight to keep my lips from quivering, my voice from shaking. She's got enough on her plate as it is. No need to weigh her down with unnecessary concerns.
Promise me you'll be there to welcome me when I do, okay?
Of course. I'm sorry, Grace. I need to take this for a while.
There is a small commotion at the other end, the sound of gates opening, the voice of a child, EJ, talking excitedly about his day at school, the tapping of feet on the floorboards as he runs. It's been years since I went home, but I can still picture the whole scene in my mind. Oh shit. How tall is he now? Are the neighborhood kids bullying him now that I'm not around? Did Mama rearrange the furniture in the living room again? What are they having for dinner today? I miss them. I miss them so much.
It's okay, Ma. I need to go too. I've got work today. I'll call again soon, alright?
On a Saturday? Oh, never mind. Take care of yourself, dear. I love you.
I love you. Bye.
It ends with a soft click, leaving half-truths and empty promises. Wait, I need to recover myself. It ends with a soft click, leaving half-truths and empty promises hanging in the air. Closing my eyes for a moment, I take a deep breath and shake away the thoughts beginning to swim inside my head. It's pointless to mull over these things right now.
Okay, Isabella. Time to get that mansion sold.
And that's it right now. That's our part number 3, 4, 5. I don't know, part 5 yata na ating the letter. Yun yan, that ended in some light good mood right now. Ano kaya ang ating mangyari sa ating bida na si Isabella? Ating bida na si Isabella. Ano kaya mangyari sa the letter? Ano kaya mangyari sa Luxembourg Mansion? May believe ba siya or what? Or lunch or what? And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and click like and subscribe button sa mga gusto nyo man guys. And yeah, bye bye and see you guys next time.